so unusual that the vast majority of humanity will never ever experience anything like that. And yet, people who are frightened of flying, they'll get into their car and not think, actually, this is a potentially far more dangerous thing to do than actually flying in an aeroplane. There was a sad story, it was either earlier this year or sometime last year, where there were two RyanAir pilots, two young fellows. One was 34, he was a captain, one was 28. They flew their plane back to Luton Airport, um, delivered their passengers, and then they had to get, I think, down to Gatwick Airport. So they took a taxi from Luton Airport early hours of the morning to come down to Gatwick. And very, very sadly, the taxi was involved in a bad collision on the motorway, which killed them both. Now, that is a bit of a it's a sad reminder that being on the roads is a lot more dangerous than being in an aeroplane. So it may, and you know, our thoughts with those families and with those pilots. But in fact, it's worth remembering that if someone is thinking, I'm too scared to go on an aeroplane, it's a very safe place to be. You're going to be perfectly safe 99.9999% of the time. So I recommend it as a means of travel. It's an incredible experience. You say there's not much to see, but it's just the sheer exhilaration, you know. And the most important point, perhaps, about flying is it's an exact science. People don't get into an airplane and hurtle 160 miles an hour down a runway and hope for the best. Oh, let's hope this is all right. It's a precise, exact science where everything is measured to the nth degree in terms of the lift of the plane and the thrust and all those things that go into it. And when you're on the aeroplane, as you take off, it's incredible. And I've just come back from a holiday in America, and you take off and you hear the thump of the wheels coming up. You get to know the sounds, and then the flaps on the wings are going in and going out, and the plane turns. And it's actually quite exhilarating if you just enjoy it. I know if you can't do that, it's hard, but if you let yourself go, overcome any anxiety, it's a wonderful experience flying. And it does come back to our main point. It brings home what an incredible invention an aeroplane is. How long do you think the longest commercial flight today is? And what flight would that be? Any ideas? How long do you think it would be? Non-stop. I'm talking of non-stop flight.
Should I go first? I'll go first.
Yep.
But it'll be something down to Japan or something. 13 hours. Or
Well, no, 13 is a long time, but the longest one, non-stop, is Singapore to New York. And it's
right.
18 hours 50 minutes, so nearly 19 hours in the sky. Now, my flights to and from Las Vegas were around 10 hours. I think 10 and a half going, just under 10 coming back. And that's a long time to be on an aeroplane. You know, it is. But then again, these days, they give you a couple of meals. There's always drinks. You can ask for drinks. They bring them round. You've got a screen in front of you on the seat in front of you where you can watch movies, lots of choice of movies or games you want to play or anything. You can do so many things to pass the time. And yes, a long flight can be a bit tedious, can get a bit boring, but it's also, especially if you're going to, like you said about wanting something as a reward, you're going on a holiday, you've got all that to look forward to. Coming back, of course, it tends to be an overnight flight certainly from America, where it's not always easy to sleep. A lot of people don't sleep easily on a plane. I don't. So you get a bit of jet lag. And I have to say, having been back since Easter... And I have to say, having been back since Easter, even after 3, 4, 5 days, I'm still heavily jet lagged. I find I just zonk out at a moment's notice, but that's gradually easing. You don't seem to get it going that way, but coming back west to east, jet lag can hit quite hard. So that's another factor to bear in mind. But flying, I do commend it to anybody, especially if you've never done it before. It's a great experience and very much a part of a holiday. It's if you get to enjoy it, except you're in the hands of other people, they're looking after you, they treat you well, and just sort of go with the flow of that. It's a great experience, particularly for a nice holiday, as I say, and a good opportunity, perhaps in conclusion, to learn to overcome any individual anxieties we might have, not just with flying, but with anything. We all get a bit anxious about things on occasions, and learning to control our breathing, to control those negative thoughts, can only be a bonus in life generally. So yes, that's my assertion that the aeroplane is really, if one of the most, if not the most incredible invention of humankind. It's amazing.
You could be a spokesman for Emirates.
No, I'm not speaking for one airline or any of them, but flying is a great experience. It's a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just along the lines of, having an out of body experience, because that's what I call flying. That's what flying is to me, having an out of body experience. Now, I'm talking about having an out of body experience. In the news lately, there was six women, an all crew of women, space travel. I think the most famous of the six were Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos, one of his fiancée or girlfriend, one of them was there as well. Is that something that you would do, bruv? Would you do a space capsule or space travel? Would you do that now?
This is a good question. I'm not sure it's sufficiently advanced for me to sort of do that. I mean, I think good luck to those six women who did that. They seem to come in for a lot of criticism, which probably wasn't fair, particularly Katy Perry, because she's famous and she got back, I gather, and kissed the ground, and good luck to her. But it was only an 11-minute flight, wasn't it? Just into technically into space, just out of the atmosphere, which is not to underestimate it, because as you imply, how many of us would actually do that? We've all got those images in our minds, perhaps on the news occasionally, where one of these new rockets goes up and crashes down in flames. So, although I do think that Jeff Bezos, the Amazon owner, and Elon Musk, they are getting a lot of good data now from these space flights that they're doing. They're obviously very bright people who are doing this. So no, I don't. For me, it wouldn't be sufficiently advanced to take that risk. Any going into space has a risk attached to it, a great risk. So it's not like flying in an aircraft. So no, I wouldn't do it at the moment. No.
That's good.
Would you?
And Jerome, would you?
I wouldn't take that risk. I think that risk is just a bit too high for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So sorry.
You don't want to be the guinea pig, do you?
No, I take calculated risk, yeah. And when I think the risk is just too high, I let go. I'll pass.
Yeah, but space travel, I mean, air travel is the safest. So, there you go. Anyway, so this is all we've got time for today. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. And we certainly had a great deal of fun today, thanks to Bruv for the product placement on air travel, which I'm still not buying.
I'll take you up there one day, Kaz. I will. You come up with me.
Which I'm still not buying, I must say. Right, so this is what we have. This is all we've got time for on this program. Join us again next week. You've been watching and listening to the Alien Spaceship. I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Bruv.
And I've been Trevor Gear, and I call him Kaz.
And we've got our lovely friend here, Jerome, who's joining us for the first time. I bet he's had the shock of his life. Listen. So it's a goodbye from me.
It's been fun. It's been fun. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're happy.
Yeah, good to see you, Jerome. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Jerome. Yeah.
My pleasure.